going on, dudes? It's your dude, JB Dude, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Picking up where we left off, we completed more of the missions in the Summertale event, Summertide, sorry, not Summertale, where we came across Nulu, who was a companion of ours, not in our storyline, but in another storyline that we haven't come across yet. She is become the fairy of this I can't remember the name of the place that we discovered. Actually, I can find that out right here. Where is it? Similanka plate world, where creatures that are formed into papers, or I should say the whole world with there's in papers, including creatures, trees, and other lands, and we had to help restore the land of memories that the creatures that is once forgotten about, and to revive the colors too. It's pretty much a fairy tale from what it was saying last episode, and we completed the first mission involved in the game. And the reason why I went to do that is because of the rewards I was talking about last episode. If you're not caught up to that, go check it out. You'll be able to enjoy it too. But for now, we are focusing on going back to the main quest in the game, and that is to go to the Kamisato Estate in Inazuma, which is where we are right now. As you can see, right up this mountain. The location is on the right side of my character's head. As you can see, that area is where we need to head to, and have done some upgradings. But there was one thing that came up in my mind recently too, is to increase more of my character power levels, and I've got enough to maximize my main character. As you can see, it is now max level. Reach level 90 is the max level, and now my character is full max, so should be able to do as much power as he can. I'll try to do the same with all these other characters, but it will take forever to do so. But anyways, now we've got him fully maximized, except for his abilities. We are gonna go head to the Kamisato Estate. There's also other commissions as well, as like daily commissions. I didn't expect it to be here in Inazuma. I thought it would have been in Liyue or Mondstadt, but they are here. We might do those in this video, maybe not, but we're gonna head to the Kamisato Estate, and we'll do it from the Konda village right here. Or I'll just edit this and give you guys the skipping of travels, unless if I come across something. So we'll see. But let's head to Kamisato Estate. It looks like we got a commission down there to do, a daily commission, so we'll do that for a change. I don't think I've shown you guys a daily commission in a long time, so thought it'd be best to do it now. Defeat the monsters and protect this Lee Lion woman. Alright. Gotta take out these little crows. Come on. Go, Blake.
Wind blade.
There we go. Jeez, it's up on the still, making it harder for me to finish off. Whoop, and I just burned myself. Okay, second wave. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention that the reason why I got back to the main quest was we obviously gotta go to the Kamisato Estate to see the two siblings that rule there, as it's important to see them in this main quest. I forgot what it was for though. It was probably to like gain some detail of this Raiden Shogun, I believe, that we have to find in order to save this world from its control of policy or something, or of the lands. Yeah, the land's estate. I think that's what it is. It might be for a different turn, but it's just whoa. What did that big healer chill just do there? That's a move I've not seen before. Oh, he's doing a lot of damage to it. It doesn't have much health left. Come on. Come on. Where'd it go? Whew. Got the mission done. Oh, jeez. That thing was almost gone. It had 4% health left. But yeah. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. I forgot about these tricks. It needs an electro vision. I don't have that on my main character, so I'm gonna do a quick potty switch and get one of my other characters out. And that is Lisa. Need her to do this. There we go. It looks like there's multiple somewhere. I wonder where that could... What's this one? Okay, how do I access this? Oh, do I have to get my characters? It must be a special ability that is hidden in this land to unlock it. I guess I'll just forget about it and focus on getting to Kamisato Estate. Okay, guys, I made it. I made it to Kamisato Estate. It's time to meet the siblings that I was ordered to meet. So let's go in. Is here enough? Ooh, nice place. Ah, here it is. Hello, gods.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
It's hard to top the Jade Chamber.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored
Oh,
guest.
hey, Toma.
Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at?
Oh, that must be her.
Oh, behind the screen?
Yes, Paimon.
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
I think I understand.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea.
No worries.
I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Toma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
I'm just here to meet the Raiden Shogun.
Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
I'm going to leave now.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go!
Looks like that worked. What?
I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
Okay.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
The traveler listens while Kamisato Ayaka tells the story of the 3
warrior
wishes.
who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the vision hunt decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
I will do as you wish.
Then you have my gratitude.
Alright then.
I'm sure you'll do great.
This will be easy. Okay, so we have the 3 wishes that Kamisato Ayaka has sent us. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see her, so that's a bit of a bummer. Go to Kondo Village and find out what happened, which is where we were at, or that I had to start the journey. And by the way, I did open a few waypoints just to make sure I don't have to travel around so much. But yeah, it seems like we have to help some of the warriors, samurais, and whoever's best in the world with those 3 wishes, which involving the visions, I guess. So we'll head to Kondo Village to see what our first one will be. Well then.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Well, it's definitely someone here in Kondo Village, which we were there a few episodes back.
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
Right on. Ask the crowd for news. Am I here?
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay.
What's happened?
Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him.
Ah, I see.
But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did?
It's nothing to do with you, I will say.
We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
Well, we could try to speak to him if we need to. And then Kenjiro? So why the change?
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person.
So he's the guy we need to talk to about the Vision Hunt decree.
I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer.
A wanderer?
Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
I see.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around here.
It's so. Talk to Tejima to find out what happened.
You
Tejima?
must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
You've lived here for a long time.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time? I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
I see.
In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy. Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
Writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
If he was writing in a diary, he could easily help him remember.
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
Right on, Paimon.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
Alright. We will take care of this. So we need to find his diary. So it's gotta be somewhere here, maybe? Oh, there it is. Is that it?
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right.
Right on.
Let's see what we have here.
Alright.
Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today,
What?
I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Huh? Wait, there's more!
Oh?
I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
Alrighty then. To the shrine we go. Examine marks.
So this is the omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design,
What is that?
Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child.
Huh.
But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Maybe. We'll see. Use elemental sight to find clues in the diary. Alright. Guess we're using elemental side action. Oh, we gotta go this way. Oh. This could come in handy. Must be past this point. Oh, it's here.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years?
Only one way to find out. Let's dig it up.
Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Let's see.
It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago.
That's right, Paimon. Yellow
Konda
letter.
Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
If we become separated during war, go away from me in Konda Village. There will be a safe home for us there. Paimon, it's here.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone.
Right.
But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh? Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Alright then.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary.
Huh.
Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years.
Yeah.
Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out.
Hollowed out, huh?
Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
Does that make you feel sad?
No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
So, do you still plan on leaving?
I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting.
Alright then.
Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her? When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing.
Clearly.
Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Alright then.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Yeah, me too.
Seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
Huh.
That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier.
Right.
At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
Yes, Paimon.
Well, let's go find the next person.
Right on.
According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Right. So, looks like it's in the city of Inazuma, so let's go there. There's a quest open for me, but I'm gonna focus on this one right now.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt decree.
Right.
But why would they take action against one of their own?
Not sure.
Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
Right.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Hey guys. Emergency provisions? Like emergency food?
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What?
No.
We
No.
just happened to be passing by. We heard
Yeah.
the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter.
Okay.
This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything.
I see.
He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No, it's not that.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai.
You guys are misunderstanding.
It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Right.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to.
We heard that you lost your vision recently.
And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
They confiscated it.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details.
Oh boy.
All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were.
Also, we'll have to find something to help you remember.
And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
I see.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two.
I see.
If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Okay.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth.
We'll have to find the treasure hoarders to find that
But
out.
we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say.
Right.
We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Right on, Paimon. It sounds so rhyming too, the way I say it. Right on, Paimon. It's such a fun rhyme. Anyways, let's find those treasure hoarders. They're just nearby around here. Probably by the lake here. There they are.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history.
You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
Let's do it. You're in a lot of trouble.
Another test subject.
Take that.
Try.
Nice try. But I've already avoided your fire. And you are disappointing.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
Forget it. Tell us all you know about Kurosawa.
Kurosawa? Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
Let me think.
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah,
IOUs?
a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this.
Right.
As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
And don't ever come near them again. Okay, let's talk to Aoi in the general goods shop and find out what happened. Okay. There she is. Hey, Aoi.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
About these IOUs.
Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Yeah, I guess.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account.
I see.
However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions.
Right.
But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
Right.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious,
It's
why
definitely a
don't you go
question.
ask him yourself?
Unfortunately, he doesn't remember.
I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated.
That's right, we heard about it.
Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
His sword?
Sword? What sword?
The sword he's carrying, Paimon.
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell.
Oh, my.
In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think.
Huh.
Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for.
Okay.
Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
Bill?
But we didn't buy anything.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
Really?
Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
Fair enough.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession.
Right.
Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
Got it. Hold it there. Please cooperate with the security check. I don't mean any ill. I didn't mean that you are a bad person. It's just a formality. Please cooperate with us and display your ID. I can leave Paimon with you as collateral. What is this? It is your companion? Then this Paimon being also needs an ID? Oh, I'm talking to the wrong person. Jeez. I'm an idiot.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left.
Oh.
It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often.
No, you can't.
Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
Actually, you recount your encounter with the treasure hoarders in conversation with...
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was?
Yeah.
I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I cannot deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so.
The sword.
This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely.
Oh, man.
What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
The words are virtue and justice.
Virtue and justice?
Yes.
Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade.
Kurosawa.
I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses.
Right.
In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword.
Losing a vision.
Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision.
Right.
Let's go find the next poor soul.
Right. Alright, just one more to talk to. A swordsmaster's path is paved with broken blades. And the person is... Oh, same place. Over here, okay. Then climb this. That must be him, Junya.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately!
Whoa, whoa.
Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
We're here to become disciples.
Disciples?
Yes.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here. Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert.
I see.
You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being.
We can wait till he's recovered.
I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave.
Okay.
Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
Domon?
Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. The head Shrine Maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head Shrine Maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary Shrine Maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
We would love to.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Well, it's already evening from the background.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away.
Oh.
It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago. And he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the Shrine Maidens managed to subdue him. So the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
I see. What do you think, Paimon?
Huh?
Who's that?
Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them.
Alright, let's do it.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up?
We should. While I collect some loot along the way, including the sword that I just picked up.
The right place? Let's look a little further up.
What's that? Oh, it's one of those things. Radiant spin crystal, apparently.
Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
There he is.
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Just quick feet, I guess.
Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
Domon's senior?
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes,
Anzai.
That's me.
Why did you run?
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again. When we were young, we trained under the same sword master, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception, but Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me. Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay.
I see.
You've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Hold on.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Right.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed? Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that the same Lady Yae that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yae is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yae can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yae?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yae does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yae herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yae's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yae, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow.
Okay.
Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui art, will do our best to help you.
I will gladly join you.
Sure. After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yae. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden Shogun from her.
Right. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hold it there, guys, because I have done enough of this episode already. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to help this channel grow. If you guys like these videos, make sure you hit that like button. If you guys have any other suggestions, make sure you leave a comment down below. Next episode, we're gonna continue on with the main quest to go see the head of the maiden shrine. I can't remember the name of it. I'm so bad at it. Narukumi Maiden Shrine. There we go. However, before we get to that, I'll be focusing on other quests to head to, and then I'm going to return to the Summertide Scales event in what was the name of it? Similanka. There's a different pronunciation to that, but that's what I'm calling it right now. But we'll get back to that sooner or later. And that, before we get to that, we'll do another quest that I had planned on doing as well after this one, and hopefully we'll get all of it done as quickly as possible. And hopefully I'll get some cool rewards along the way. But until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.